It's been a year since the snatching, betrayal, or surrender of Mayo Zambada, and with it a year of chaos unleashed in Sinaloa. An ambush attributed to the sons of El Chapo Guzman, a meeting in the orchards which presents such as that of Hector Melicio Quinn, who was supposed to be there, also unalived a year ago, according to a letter from Yoma. Even the Governor Rubén Rocha himself, a year after that meeting that sparked an internal war that has bathed in Sinaloa and BLD. More than 1,500 unalivings, more than 2,000 disappearances.
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha?
He in the middle.
¿Y el Rocha?
He in the middle of that shit. And the governor first denied, then downplayed, and now admits to the security crisis. The state's response, 11,000 soldiers deployed to reinforce security. Oh, Rocha brought 11,000 soldiers.
Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
Why would he do that? What did he do that for? Crime still dictates the rule. Our Harfuk comes and goes, but the results don't come in. Harfuk says he's always sending soldiers, but who the soldiers fighting for? Huh? Who's shutting down these laboratories that they say they're shutting down? The numbers remain in the red. Rug traffickers never sleep, and the government hides behind the excuse of not having information. Nothing happens in Mexico without the president knowing about it. Who puts order in the house? Let's get the hard data. Go ahead, Laura. Laura, tell us what we need to know. Indeed, today marks 1 year since Ismael Yoma, the longtime leader of the Sinaloa cartel, was arrested by U.S. authorities. That same July 25, 2024, Hector Melicio Quinn, former rector of the Autonomous University of Sinaloa, was unalived. It is important to remember that weeks after his arrest, El Yoma, through a bulletin, reported that he had allegedly been snatched, and the day of his capture, the same day, he saw Hector Melicio Quinn alive. A few days after this statement, the dispute between cartels over territory began in Sinaloa, with the city of Culiacan as its epicenter. It was on September 9, 2024, around 5 a.m. when the two factions began the war that has been raging for over 10 months. It's important to emphasize that as a result, more than 2,000 businesses have had to close, and more than 100 people have been unalived. However, some search groups such as Sabuesos Guerrera have reported that more than 2,500 people have been victims of forced disappearance. To this day, authorities have been unable to end this situation, which has disrupted the peace in Sinaloa and led to citizens to impose a self-imposed curfew starting at 7 p.m. This happens every day for fear of the confrontation that exists between these two groups that continue to fight over territory. This same war that began in Culiacan has now spread to other municipalities. However, the epicenter remains the capital of Sinaloa. This is the information we have from the capture of Yoma on July 25, 2024 to today, 1 year later. A year later, they're saying we have no information, and on the other hand, well, with the horrible insecurity and violence in Sinaloa specifically, how can we assess this year? Well, it's a critical, horrible year, but there is information, Paco. Yeah, right. I just want to say that I finished a book with my fellow journalist, Jose Luis Montenegro, of course you did, in which we give an account of this episode. That is, we really narrate what happened a year ago. What didn't we? Why we need you to narrate? We heard it from the bodyguard yesterday. Or was that not his fucking bodyguard? You just got the bodyguard that said, oh man, we dropped him off. He never came out. We bounced. They sent a picture. We knew it was him. There are several issues here, several points to comment on. One is the role of the governor of Sinaloa in the plot. In the plot of the May delivery. That's in his book. We're going to review audio recordings, in the book, where the Chapitos faction give instructions to El Rocha on what to do, how to act, and what decisions to make. Wow. Prior to the May delivery, See, if that's the case, if that's in a book, see, miss me with the fucking book. If that's in a book, that's grounds to lock his ass up. If you got proof, if you got audio recordings of him being instructed to do these things and he's a governor, miss me with the bullshit. What you're telling us, and the work you've done with Jose Montenegro, a good friend here at Mega Noticias, let me say it. What you're telling me is there's versions. There was always doubt about whether he was in Sinaloa or not at the time of the capture and everything. Right, because remember, he said he got on an airplane and bounced. But now we're talking about audio recordings. If there's audio recordings, then give that shit to Claudia Soderbaum and tell her to lock his ass up. All right, go find it at her.
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
Here's the great question that Buddy's going to ask. Where's the audio come from? Well, they're audios that we got. We can't reveal the source. The state's attorney of Sinaloa gave us a video of Melesio Quinn supposedly being unalived in a gas station, and we found out that that wasn't true. Miss me with the bullshit. In the worlds I cover, cartel, crime, corruption, there's always one thing for sure. Someone's always watching. Whether it's a wiretap, a rat, or your internet service provider. You're never really protected unless you protect yourself. That's why I use NordVPN. It locks down my connection, hides my IP, and lets me browse safely, even while researching the darkest corners of the internet. Whether I'm streaming, editing, or reacting to body cam footage, NordVPN makes sure that I'm not giving up my location or my data. You can connect to over 6,000 servers in 60 countries. Want to watch something blocked in your region? Boom, one click. Or you just need protection on sketchy Wi-Fi. Automatic. If you're watching Shy Ill Reacts, you already know how dangerous exposure can be. So lock down your digital life. Grab NordVPN at nordvpn.com/ILL. Use my link and get huge discounts. Don't be the one getting caught slipping. Protect yourself with NordVPN. So you telling me, oh, we got sources we can't tell you, whatever. For all I know, you're going to give me an AI, some AI bullshit. We can say that they are audio recordings where they give Rocha Moya instructions on what to do. He even asks, hey, is it feasible for me to go to the meeting a year ago at the farm? And they said, well, you evaluate it and see if it's possible. And he invented the United States trip. These audios are from the frequencies that the Chapitos group establishes. The Chapitos, because the wing, he's talking bullshit. The wing that lets say the governor has an alliance with the Chapitos, whatever the fuck got lost in translation there. And that's where it's established. We have all of them. You have all of them? You got all of them on tape?
No mommy's wait.
I don't know, man. That's why I'm speaking from experience. That's to say that the book in that chapter brings all the evidence. So you didn't bring it to a judge, huh? Or a president? Of what Rocha Moya's role was in. So he brought all the evidence in the book. Rocha Moya was the central character in the plot of the Yoma issue. That's why he later invented that he went to the United States, which he has not proven sufficiently. With what you're telling us, Ricardo, I have no doubt that next Monday, at the President's morning press conference, and at the morning press conference of the Governor Rocha Moya himself, well, a little beyond tomorrow, we'll have to listen to what they say, because they will surely be questioned about what they're now revealing, what you're now revealing to us. Yes, but it's a version against data. What? That is to say, nothing surpasses the strict data. That's to say, the federal government can argue whatever it wants, but the audios are there. We have them. It is part of the book that I am writing. Yeah. Listen, you keep mentioning the book and you keep reassuring that, you know, this audio is there. Nobody can say nothing. They can't say nothing. That's just an easy tactic. People are easy to believe anything, and all you got to do is just tell them, you know, that's what Trump does. This is a great thing. Just keep saying it. It's a great thing. This is a good thing. You're doing the right thing. Salutes, we got the 40 likes. This is all bullshit. By the book. It'll be released in 2 months. You guys gotta wait for all this time for that information. But it accounts for Rocha Moya's participation in the delivery of Yoma. Now, what's important to point out here is that if the governor, as these audio recordings claim, was involved in the Yoma delivery, then President Lopez Obrador was aware of it. A governor can do nothing or something without the president knowing. Yeah, if he's gonna get somebody smoked, I think he's gonna do it without the president knowing, bro. So what they told us was a story. We don't know what happened. Oh, yeah, el Rocha.
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
It was an operation granted by the Mexican state. What did the U.S. authorities allow to enter Mexican territory via aircraft? How do we know that's what happened? We don't know. We know a story. Whose identity is unknown for now? Oh, whose identity is unknown for now. So he's saying that Americans were involved too. It's a whole. Everybody got a story to tell, but they're gonna sell it in a book. Yoma has secrets that Rocha and president are all bad. Possible. I'm sure Claudia is having a temper tantrum. One might think she had done something wrong. I don't know. She gonna be mad. What the fuck are they talking about, bro? President Obrador deceived us. He knew what this was about. He and Roya Mocha was indeed a key player in the delivery of Yoma, and would also be involved in the unaliving of Melesio Quinn. They're at the meeting. They unalived him. They unalived 4 of the Yoma bodyguards. And remember, 2 of them got away because they went to go get Las Cocas. And today, family has reported them. See, this is the fake video we saw. This is the fake video that the government, the state government of Sinaloa gave us this fake video of Melesio Quinn getting smoked. This car drives away. I don't know what happened here. But I know Yoma said, nah, that's bullshit. They did him in the same place I was at. So that's it. This guy's getting the government involved. The president is involved now. Regardless of whether the president has other information, it's not possible to continue covering this up. We have audio recordings. We're going to see. I hope y'all ain't stupid enough to sell the book predicated off some AI audio. We have audio recordings for this book that support the thesis that the operation to hand over Mayo Zambada Yoma Zambada was a collusion between the DEA, the FBI, the Mexican government. The Mexican government says it doesn't know. Well, that's another matter. Remember, Zorada was of the belief, I believe. She made me think about it. Or maybe we agreed on it. Hey, maybe this lady knows more than she's letting off, So AMLO had to do with it. That's what he's saying. Everybody knew everything. This guy got a book. All right, we know that there's a book coming. So stay tuned for the book. There's going to be audio, and we'll be here to cover that audio of supposedly El Rocha.
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
Being sunned and bossed around by the Chapitos.